Hmm. What's up, you guys? What's up, you guys? What's up, you guys? You guys are tuned into the Factz podcast show. I have a special guest here with me today, and we're going to be getting into just what the title says, as you see. We're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I decided to bring this special guest on. This special guest is really special to me, and she knows more because I don't know anything about this. So, without further more ado, cut this. We're gonna just go straight to it. Straight to it tonight. My host, well, my special guest, her name is Chris in the City. You can also follow her on YouTube. She has a YouTube, you guys. If you're watching my show right now live on YouTube, you can see it. It's Chris in the City. I want you to hit that on my page. Just go on the Cold Face Podcast Show and click on that. You'll go straight to her link that she has up. Subscribe and get ready for her content that will be coming soon. So you guys, without further more ado, welcome Chris in the City. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me on. I am so excited to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know that I am a fanatic of this show. I live for Portia and Candy, and I actually like Kenya this season. Can you believe it? Well, you don't know anything about it, but let me get into the episode.
Okay.
Okay, so would you like me to talk about, like, you want me to just do me?
Yeah. Before we get off into that, what is like describe this Housewives of Atlanta? Like, what made you a fan of Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Well, like the last show I was on, I told you I had been watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta for about 13 years because this is the 13th season. Nene Leakes is my favorite housewives. Real Housewives of Atlanta is my favorite franchise. It's an all black cast. Um, so that's kind of what brought me to them. I would say I'm gonna use a term that they use. They say they like to read, and that means like they shade people a lot. I just think it's hilarious. I think it's funny. Um, like I said, it's just my favorite show.
Yeah. Now, this is on Bravo. Am I correct?
Bravo Network, yes,
Nice.
owned by NBC.
Okay. Okay. Um, what time does this show come
It comes on, well, for me 7 o'clock, so I say 8, 7 Central because it is Atlanta hour, so 8, 7 Central.
on? Okay. And you say you love Nene Leakes. Now, who's all in the cast? I know the cast changed throughout the years. I don't really too much follow the show, but I keep up with it from tweets and stuff.
Yes.
It does change. So from
So
time to time, but I know any show cast that's been running for how long the franchise has been running?
13 years.
13 years. So any show cast would overturn, cast members, and it's rare than not, that most of them, do keep the same cast. But this show pretty much, this Housewives of Atlanta, you know, what we're watching, they mostly have kept the same cast over
Yeah,
the
they
years.
have. So, for example, well, you watched the one with Vander. She's not on Housewives. Vanderpump. She is on Housewives, isn't she?
Yeah.
Lisa Vanderpump. Is she on Housewives?
Well, she has her own Housewives. They have the
Yes.
Housewives of
Okay.
Beverly Hills.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I'm not familiar with the cast, but I know you kind of watch it. That one. Well, you may be seeing
Well, I watched
the
the
season.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Well, I watched her show, not
Yeah.
the Real
Yeah.
Housewives of Atlanta,
Yeah.
Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Now I have, I'm not, even though I'm not a fan, I have clicked in a few and watched a few Housewives shows, and they're real good. You know what I'm saying? Like if you could ask me which one I've actually like seen the most, Beverly Hills is the one I've seen the most, but that's because that's how I found out about Vanderpump Rules. Now I love Vanderpump Rules. But as far as like the Real Housewives, that's where I picked up that from.
Yeah.
So for me to like ask you, are you a fan of? I know we're gonna talk about specifically Atlanta, but out of all the Real Housewives, um, that they make, are you a fan of like besides Atlanta? Are you a fan of
New
like
Jersey.
New Jersey? Like
It's runner up. But you get what I'm saying? It's like Atlanta and then Jersey. Just them two. Oh, wait. Pause, sorry. It's Atlanta, Potomac, Jersey.
Okay.
It's like I forget about the Potomac wives. Yeah. So it's Atlanta, then Potomac, and then New Jersey.
Okay.
Now, when I was really younger, like I said, me and my sister used to always binge. Well, not I don't want to lie, but we definitely used to watch New Jersey, and I still to this day I still watch Potomac and Atlanta. Those are the only two franchises I would watch.
All right. All right. So, without further more ado, but while we're doing this show, I want you guys to hit the follow button. If you're watching this live stream from YouTube, subscribe, like the channel, leave a comment, and if you really want to get in on the show, like I said, you can always DM me, or you can just comment right under the comment right here that I had left. You can just leave that under that post right there, and we can get you on the show. We'll link you straight up. We can get you on the show, and you can be able to talk about this because I know throughout my show, and I have stated numerous of times, if you guys know, if you've been listening so far, I'm going to be doing a lot of topics on different things. We're not everything is on the table. As I said, nothing is kept secret. It's a podcast where you can express yourself and have an open discussion about things that's going on in our world today. Anything. So, without bringing somebody that knows more about the housewives and wanting to be able, even if you're not into housewives and you might be wanting to check it out, you can check it out as well. Like I said, follow Chris in the city, and I'm gonna let you just start off, Chris. What do you want to be able to cover tonight?
Okay, so I want to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta season finale episode. But before I get into that, you asked me an important question that your viewers need an answer to. You asked me who are the cast members on the show. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have Candy Burrs Tucker, we have Portia Williams, we have Drew. She's from the game. When she was on a few episodes of the game, we have Latoya. She's a well-known YouTuber. You have Kenya Moore. You have Shamil. I think it's Shamil Moore. She's on there. And then you have Cynthia Bailey. So those are the women that are on this show.
Okay.
Okay, so jumping right back into what I was saying, I will be talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta season finale episode. In particular, I would talk about Latoya, the Prophet, everybody, the Prophet and Latoya drama with Drew, and my thoughts and opinion on it. It really aggravated me and annoyed me that Drew made this big ordeal about this Prophet and Latoya. So let me break this down. So basically, Drew's daughter, her youngest daughter, needed a christening. She was planning a christening for her youngest daughter, and this prophet was going to baptize her daughter. You following? He was going to baptize her daughter, and come to find out, had a day, as in the girls had an event, and at the event they were drinking, throwing a bad basically taking shots, and Latoya was very, very drunk. Latoya ended up riding home with Drew and the Prophet. I guess the Prophet picked her up. Not the Prophet picked her up. Her assistant picked them up, and I think Drew and Latoya, talked and they vent with each other about, Latoya's drinking problem.
Mm-hmm.
In all of that, Latoya ended up going to church with Drew. We didn't see any of this, but we heard about it. All of this comes out. So I'm gonna continue. So she clearly has a drinking problem. She talks to Drew, and then Drew introduces her to this prophet. I don't remember his name. I'm just gonna be referring to him as the prophet. Okay, so Drew is now alleging that this prophet and Latoya are now having some sort of relations, and that is now affecting her because she doesn't want this man to christen her daughter if he's out here knowing that he's married with kids. And she's like, how are you going to be married with kids and you're out here with not my friend but someone in my inner circle? Okay, we're going to pause there. I want to ask you your opinion about this. How do you feel about it? Do you feel like this man, this prophet, he's a grown man. He can do what he wants. If he wants to get a hotel with Latoya, he can get a hotel because it's alleged that they did get a hotel and do some things. How do you feel about it? Bless you.
Bless me. Bless me. Oh my God. Woo. You ain't gotta worry about it if you listen to the podcast. You already know. You wanna know what I think about it? Did he
Think it's
make?
stupid, don't it? You think it's stupid? Like I said, it really annoyed me the fact that Latoya, not Latoya, but Drew really made a big deal out of this. Okay, I do understand what she's saying. If this man is saying that he is proclaimed that he is, well, professing that he is a prophet, and he's saying that blah blah
Describe
blah.
prophet to some of the members that listeners that might not know.
You want me to Google it for you guys?
Yeah, just prophet. What he is, like some type of.
He goes to church. He's a prophet.
Okay.
Like an advisor, Christian advisor, basically. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one of those.
Is he trying to control her, to change her? Anything?
No, his only job was to just christen her daughter. That's it. So now she's saying that since he's out here, I guess, being wild with Latoya, she no longer wants this man to christen her daughter. Which, that's her opinion, and that's her own right. If he was out here doing what she's saying, then she has a right to fire him as, the prophet that was going to christen her daughter. On the other end, you have Latoya, who feels that if there were true, she's in the process of getting divorced, but she's saying this is not true. This is a whole big lie that you're causing just to be, just doing it for the camera, basically. So at the on the season finale, Latoya calls the prophet and basically tells the prophet everything that's been going on, and he's saying it's a complete lie.
On
He's not
television?
on the show. Yes, she called the prophet. The prophet said that he is not married. I think he may. I don't know, but I don't think he's married. And I think he does have kids, but they did not get a hotel together. That's what he came out of his mouth, and that's what came out of Latoya's mouth. But the whole situation just really annoyed me. Everybody may have their opinions, So I recommend everybody comment down below in the chat. Tell me what's your opinion. Did it annoy you or did it not annoy you? Mm-hmm. The whole situation
with the prophet. And if you rewatch the show, just sorry to cut you off. Mm-hmm. Remember, if you rewatch the show, leave a comment still. And again, I will send those comments. She will get back to you. This is very interesting. Like I said,
it's different. Yeah,
this is different. It feels like
it's just okay. It's just like okay. It's like your pastor. He's I guess in church. He's preaching whatever. But on the other end, I guess he got other women. So that's why I said if Drew feels that way and she doesn't want that over her child, she has a right to say that. But on the other end, you don't really necessarily know if that man is really doing it. But you really out here saying it, creating lies. You get it down. You get it.
Yeah, I get it. I got it. I was just gonna say that. Well, bro, you can't create something that you have no evidence for. Mm-hmm. You can't make a baseless claim that we do nowadays. Right. So
that's why I said allege.
Yeah. So again, if it's not true and he's not doing it, but you feel that way, then mm-hmm. But you aren't tied to your own opinions.
But if y'all are on Instagram, you guys can go to Drew's Instagram page, and you can clearly see that she did end up having the christening, and it was a great event. But however, he did not christen her daughter, her mother, who is a pastor, who should have, in my opinion, been the person who christened her in the beginning. So that's who ended up doing it.
Okay.
Moving on, I would like to talk about.
If you guys got anything to comment about that, like I said, comment, like, subscribe. Also, follow the page on Twitter, Factz Podcast Show, as you see display on the screen. Also follow Chris in the City. She'll be posting content as soon as possible. Just made the show.
Yes.
And she's real good. Really, really good. And very, very talented and very, very enthusiastic. And I want you guys to be able to tune in to that as she posts content towards her show. Beginning to the second part. What else? The second part that you want to go over. And these are all for the Real Housewives fans as well. So I know a lot of you people might, kind of got your own spin on things and might want to, again, comment. But go ahead, finish that.
Yes. The second part I would like to jump into is Kenya calling Portia's efforts with BLM, that is the Black Lives Matter movement, an act, or just something to be doing for television. Okay? So my opinion on that is I do not feel that Portia was acting. I do not at all, because during that time, we all know that during that time, Breonna Taylor had lost her life, and that was when they had the case. So unfortunately, we all know the outcome of what happened with that. Portia's grandfather, Hosea Williams, is well known for his civil rights leadership. I feel that I don't really want to say too much on this, but what I will say that Portia, I just don't feel like it was acting to me because it's just to me you're out there, you marching with the signs. She went to jail several times. Kenya just feel like she was doing it for a photo op. You know what I mean? Just to take a picture. You can
I
like just
can't
take a
let you know.
picture. She would. These are Kenya's. Like
Yeah,
she actually said this on
yeah,
the show,
yeah.
and Kenya also did a speak on it with Candy Birds. Like she
Hmm.
said that she feel like it was just phony. She said it was like it was. She said why every time she got arrested, a camera right there waiting to catch it. She said every
Maybe
time
because it's killing you more.
no, Portia was the one getting arrested.
Oh, well,
Portia
my
was what
fault.
out there on the streets with the Black Lives Matter. She got arrested several times. Even I
Yeah,
think she
I
spent
also
the night
seen
in
one.
jail. Yeah,
I
and she said
also
she spent the
seen one.
night one night in jail, but she got they bailed her out.
But no, by me
But
saying Kenya more, I was just like, maybe it's you then with the
yeah,
camera. But in that instance, I can't say she's valid or not. And I can't say someone's generosity. You know what I'm saying? There's people out there marching for those things. You don't think that I certainly don't think that I haven't even seen the show, but coming from hearing what you saying, and I want to see what the fans say, especially Real Housewives fans, they agree or whatever they stand on. And we're open to anything that you want to be able to do on the show as well. I'm
exactly.
very open. If you
Yes,
listen to me, you know my show. I'm raw.
yes.
Put it in. Like I said, I don't know. Educate me.
Yes,
Like
yes, yes. I
I
definitely
said,
feel that
educate me.
Portia wants to help the black community. She wants, and I can see that.
Yeah.
She's very active on social media about, the Black Lives Matter movement. Um, I just definitely feel like she wants to help the black
Was this
community.
stemming from something? Why that was said?
Okay,
Because
some
you
may
know what I'm
say
saying.
that Kenya's a bit jealous of Portia. Some may say
Or was
that
it a beef? Was
yeah,
it
it's
some
it's
underlying beef?
always been a underlying beef between those two. It's
Right.
always been that beef. But I mean, come on now, me and you have talked. I said to you, I said, look at this picture. It was a girl in front of all these policemen on her knees with a fist pump. But I'm just like, but how in the world did they get that all of a sudden? She just on her knees doing it. I really believe some of them do be want to go viral. But in this instant, I do not feel like Portia was trying to go
Okay.
viral. I do believe that she really wanted justice for Breonna Taylor.
Yes, as everybody should. If
Say
you
her
black, yeah,
name. I'm
yeah.
serious.
So I
She
got
really
you.
wanted justice for any human being that was gunned down by a policeman.
That's why I say it's a two-split answer. You can't say and you can't say. It doesn't matter if that's what she want to say, but it's the reasons why she's saying it. Probably
It's a
because
reason
you mad
why
at something.
she's
But
like
you
I
can't
told you,
take
it's
away
an
someone's
underlining
generosity.
issue between them
Yeah,
two. Portia
yeah.
saying she's like paying her dust, and she should because it's burning Kenya up on the inside.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, and the reason for me just bringing up her
Yeah.
grandfather, Hosea Wills, was just to let you all know that he was
Mhm.
an active civil rights leader, and she could be just following his footsteps.
It's just rightfully her place if she chooses.
Yes, yes.
Fair is fair.
You got any more comments on that one?
No, not really. That's pretty much clear as day. If you
Mm.
listen to my show, you know we are clear as day.
On
There's
that topic, yeah.
there's nothing that you misheard or misquote unless you have selective hearing. And I have spoken about selective hearing numerous of times.
Oh yeah,
So
we know about that.
I'm pretty much sure she's a straightforward person. I'm a straightforward person, so she's cleared up
Mm-hmm.
everything. So what else you want to go over with the housewives? And
Mm-hmm.
also I want to ask you with this season, before you go on to that, I wanted to ask you for this season that's going on, and for those that's watching out there, how do you take this season in its totality? Now that it's probably finna get ready to wrap up,
Well,
I'm
yeah,
sure
that was the last episode.
it was. So they had the reunions coming
The
up.
reunion should be coming out tomorrow,
Okay,
8/7 Central.
that's Bravo, correct again, Bravo.
Bravo,
Yeah,
8/7 Central on Bravo.
yeah. So if you're listening, get that. If you haven't
If you
ever
want to
seen
tune
that,
in,
tune
tune
in.
in.
Yeah. So over its totality, how did you take the season in its totality this year for 2020 or 2020?
Just my feelings about the whole season. It could have been better. It could. It could have been better. It could have been better. It had some. It had its moments. Like I would say, my favorite episode definitely was the bachelorette party that they orchestrated for Cynthia.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, that was very entertaining just to see Cynthia. That was saying you're acting like a auntie. Because she is older. She's like in her 50s, and some of them are in there. Well, all of them really old if you think about it.
Right.
But yeah, so I would say I like that episode, and then I would say I guess I like the episode with that I guess Cynthia's wedding. They didn't show that they showed clips of her wedding because she did have her wedding during the pandemic, so we didn't get really to see a lot. So it was just like bits and pieces from somebody's Snapchat or something. We saw very little. So yeah, so I would say my favorite episode was the episode with Bolo and the mystery. No one knows. Well, they're alleging that Portia slept with Bolo. Portia, Tanya, and Bolo, the stripper, slept together. If you watch the episode, Portia
we talked about
and
that
Latoya, yes, we talked about
we ain't
it.
gonna
Very
discuss that. I'm not gonna discuss that no more.
Portia and Latoya were tongue kissing. Those are both girls. And I don't want to have to bring up past seasons, but if you guys remember, Candy did say, what was it, season 9, when Phaedra was on there, that Portia becomes an aggressive, drunk when she drinks, and she becomes like this lesbian. But we're gonna move on from that. That episode we really did see, Candy was lying, and most of the time she really isn't. She doesn't lie. Of course, Candy wasn't drinking. She was just watching.
So you sober? You telling them the truth?
Yeah, she was sober.
Okay.
She was sober.
Okay. Well, wow. I'm intrigued to keep watching. I haven't, like I said, I don't watch that much, but I'm intrigued to watch some. You always put me on game, and I appreciate that. Anything else you want to clear with the fans again? Anything else you want to just go back over or hit at that's heavy? Now this is just a rundown of what Chris in the City, likes to do. Plus, I wanted to bring this on the show because I think it was real good. Again, but anything that you got you want to run down over there? I know that if you watch the show, you probably mostly agree with what you're saying and probably know what you're saying. And again, I encourage you guys to come to my channel. If you want to come to my channel, we'll discuss this. She will always be a regular as well, like a regular throughout, and she's always gonna have the best content. Always. Yeah. So I want to ask you, what I want to be able to hit on is just straight up is that throughout this season and throughout the season you watched. Is this season is your least favorite?
This was my least favorite.
Because I want to get that on record because I remember that you said that and I was just
this is my least favorite season out of all 13 seasons Real Housewives of Atlanta has had. This is my least favorite season.
Damn. Why?
And
why?
Unfortunately, according to another blogger, a blogger on YouTube, she said this season Real Housewives of Atlanta has had their worst ratings as well. And I feel
is that because of the pandemic or is just
no? It has nothing to do with the pandemic. People got to stop lying because people are in the house watching TV. Yeah. People got to quit lying.
You see how she stays that? So people were really saying that.
People be trying to blame it on them. People be saying people ain't watching cable like that, but we got phones. We got phones. You can log into a cable provider, your cousin cable provider, somebody. You get what I'm saying? People watching it. People are in the house watching TV. We stay on our phones. We on the internet. You can watch. So
I guess y'all just turned off this year, but the loyal ones watch.
I feel like
turned off.
I feel that many things played a factor in their ratings dropping tremendously the way it has. I would say Nene not being back on the show played a factor.
Wow.
I would say that just
What happened to her?
she's suing NBC. Okay, and then I would say the whole little Bolo situation, who said with the stripper, they stretched it the whole season. And it's just like that's all that they had. That's like literally all they had besides the whole profit thing. That I'm telling you, that profit thing annoyed me. Every time would hear it, I pick up my phone. Like it really annoyed. I got so tired of hearing it because what else? What else? What else is going on in the Resident Elites? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that boring. And I'm not used to my favorite show being that boring. I still tuned in though because
Yeah.
we're so used to watching it coming on Sundays. So I'm definitely going to keep supporting. But this season was good, but it wasn't as good as the past seasons.
Okay.
Honestly speaking, and we be honest over here,
Yeah.
Factz.
Well, if you ever watched any shows, like we all been fans of these shows, and some seasons do
Some
disappoint.
seasons have their
So
good
to hear
seasons.
you
Some
say
season,
that,
some shows have their good seasons, and some shows have their bad seasons.
yeah. Well, to hear you say that that's your
This is the worst
it's your
season.
least favorite season.
Yeah.
That shows an integrity that you have a Real Housewife fan out there, and they demand good content.
Yes,
So,
but from what I'm hearing, it's supposed to be some sort of shake-up within the cast for
yeah.
next season. I hope it's true. I'm really crossing my fingers and hoping that Phaedra Parks will come back. I'm really hoping she comes back. I really want to get into this last thing that I want to talk about. There's been some drama with Portia and Candy lately. For those of you that know, Portia went live on Instagram and basically talked about how her character is being how should I put that? Her character is being questioned, basically talking about the whole Black Lives Matter movement. And that's why I said that I really recommend some of you watch Candy's speak on it with Kenya because they're gonna touch on that topic, and they're also gonna talk about what I'm about to say now. Um, Okay, in Portia's live video, she had printed out a group chat of messages. Within that message group chat of I'll just say messages, it had talked about how a blogger had talked about on their platform how Candy Birds had went behind the girl's back and went to NBC to make demands. You know, each year they can like request things. So this time, Candy Burris had went behind the girl's back and demanded that there be more black producers on the show. She also asked for scholarships for Clark Atlanta University. I heard good things like that. So that is really good. But Portia felt slighted because within their group chat, they had already said they wanted to go to NBC as a collective and, you know, basically discuss what they each wanted. And this calling Candy a snake, or some might say she's sneaky because she went behind all the girls back and sent the email. She might have went up to NBC as well, and she requested those two things that I just mentioned and probably other things as well. So Portia is now feeling slighted. It's several group chats that they had. They had one with Candy with all of them discussing, okay, we're gonna go to NBC. Okay, I'm gonna ask for this. I'm gonna ask for that. I think we all should go as a collective because if we go to as a collective, we're strong. You know, you get what I'm saying? Together, and we can ask for this. Candy did not stand on what she said. She said one thing with the girls, but she did another thing behind their back, and she sent out an email to the head people in NBC and asked for some other things. And, you know, she only told them a little bit of what she asked for. That's why Portia went on live on Instagram because there was a article in Vulture that had came out talking about this. So she said her character is being questioned in that article Vulture put out, and Candy created a YouTube video with Kenya. Although she only talked about a little portion of it, she still talked about it. So so Portia feel like, okay, so I had a setback and I haven't said anything. Now I have to say something because y'all keep talking about this Black Lives Matter movement stuff, me being out there marching, what does that have to do with any of these other things? Y'all are just trying to make it seem like I'm doing this to be phony. You get what I'm saying? Just all of this. So what else? What else happened within that? Also in that group chat, Nene Leakes was in that group chat. Tanya Sands was in that group chat. Portia Williams, Kenya Moore was within that group chat. This is way before Latoya and Drew came about. This was for the last season that just passed. They all had a group chat, and it was separate group chats. And if you were in Portia's live on Instagram, which I was, she showed messages, and she would flash it. But I also recommend y'all go see her name is Michelle ACLian. She's really cool with Nene Leakes. Nene actually sent her the messages, and that's why Candy was upset, about the whole messages, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
That's interesting.
Yeah, so the reason I brought this up was because Candy and Portia act like they're so cool, but I feel like there's still like some sort of underlying issue, some issue right there that they're not addressing. It may get addressed on the reunion, hopefully, but this is, you gotta realize when this is coming out, the reunion was already recorded, but when Candy and Kenya did their video, the reunion was not recorded. So I'm hoping they did say something at the reunion, because I saw a preview for the reunion, and I saw that Candy had brought up the whole Dungeon Gate thing that Phaedra and Portia had made up, or Phaedra made it up. So I'm really looking forward to this reunion, because I hope things get revealed.
Wow. Well, that's a lot of info to take in. If you're a Housewives fan, you already know what's up.
Yeah.
But if you're new coming to the
this.
show, you should I think if you looking for something to watch on Bravo around 8-7 Central, you should get at a crack. What I really want to ask you now is that now this reunion is coming up and all this stuff is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the show has been your least favorite of the season,
but
are you still? Yeah. But it's still your least favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it's the least favorite,
mm-hmm.
are you still looking forward? I mean, I know you're looking forward to the reunion, but can the reunion do anything to justify, even though this being your even giving it
it could. It could.
What are you want? What are you wanting to get out there during the reunion? What are you hoping that they hit?
I want them to address this situation between Kenya and Portia. Why is Kenya coming for Portia so much? Why was it so important for you to investigate who slept with Bolo? Who was moaning in the other room? Why is that so important to you? You keep saying that your child was on the trip as well, but your child is like a little girl. She should have been in the room. She should not have been outside the door, which she wasn't. She said, Kenya said she was just going to the refrigerator to get something to drink. You get something to drink it. Well, many people wake up at 5 in the morning to get something to drink, so we can't say that. But why was that so important? Why was it so important for you to reveal if it was Portia? Then I really want to get to the bottom of why Kenya and Drew have an issue. And I would like to, I just need to get to the bottom of that, because whatever it is, I thought it could get squashed. What else? Oh, yeah, I would like for Drew and Latoya to squash their beef, or see if they can get over this Prophet drama. I'm tired of it in its entirety. And I would love to see what Candy's gonna say about this whole, the whole dungeon thing that happened in season 9. And if you saw the preview, you know that the reunion is gonna be a dungeon theme, and it's gonna be a dungeon theme. So I'm really, really interested in knowing, what's gonna happen at the reunion. So, what do you think? Are you gonna watch it with me? A live watch of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion? Well, I would say another thing that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to seeing the outfits. I did see that Candy's gonna be dressed as the madam. because at the Cynthia's bachelorette party, they were saying yes, ma'am, madam to her because she had her whip and she would whip them if they got out of line or say anything. It's like she was the madam that was in charge and they were her hoes.
Okay, well, I might check it out. I might.
You're not gonna watch it, but all my Real Housewives of
I
Atlanta.
might watch it.
Yeah, you might watch, but all my Real Housewives of Atlanta fans, you know that it comes on every Sunday on Bravo at 8/7 Central.
Cool. Well, you guys have gotten the info from Chris in the city. Definitely glad to have her on. But as I always am the great person I am with my show, I always like to give my interviewees and people that I have on, you know, we do a little trivia. And you are a housewife fanatic, so I got a couple of questions that's lined up for you, and I'm just interested to get your take because you guys know it, and if you listen to the show, well, you're gonna know the answers anyways. So, man, let's just do you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you can choose 10 questions, 5 questions, or you can choose 7. 7 questions. I give you something lucky.
7 questions.
Okay, 7 questions. Now, out of the 7 questions, you have to get at least 5 right, and you can miss 2. But if you get if you get the 7th question right, it doesn't matter. You win the whole game. You can miss. You need 4 to win.
5 to win, right?
But you need 5 to win. You can miss 2.
But if I get just
but if
7
you miss,
questions,
say if you miss all 5 questions and you get to that 7th question and you win and you get it right, you win.
Okay, sounds like a deal.
Yeah. I always try to make it fair on the show. I always try to make it fair. If you guys know, if you listen to my anchor show, had someone call up, made it fair, I'm always going to give it fair.
Sounds like a deal to me. Are you going to tell me what the questions are about?
Yeah, straight Real Housewives of Atlanta only.
Trivia.
Yeah.
Okay.
This Real Housewives of Atlanta star was in the movie Waiting to Exhale.
Kenya Moore.
That's correct. Oh, that is correct. What was the name of Kim Zolak's vocal coach?
Oh, Kim Zolciak is her name. And her vocal coach, I don't remember her name, but I know what she looks like. She was an older white woman. She was some older white woman. And that was like season 2.
Yeah, what was her name?
What was her name? Baby, I can't tell you her name. I can tell you what she looks like.
All right, I give you that. Jamie Smith, Jan Thomas, Jane Smith, or Kara Smith? What's the name?
I say, well, she was dating Jamie, so it can't be Jamie. She was dating Jamie. So, where were the other ones?
Jan Thomas, Jane Smith, Carol Smith.
The second one?
What is the answer? Just don't tell me the second one. What is the answer? What is the answer?
You say Jane?
Jane Smith?
What was the second one? Okay.
Are you going with that one? I didn't say anything. Are
I'm going with Jane Smith.
So is it Jane Thomas, Jane Smith, or Carol Smith? 10, 9, 8.
Just do Jane 7, Thomas. I don't know. Jane Smith. I'll just go Jane Smith.
That's correct. Jane you see, I shouldn't have said anything. You see, but I love my special guest. Anyway, which Real Housewives of Atlanta star appeared on Dancing with the Stars?
It was a few of them, I believe, but I know Sheree Whitfield. No, it wasn't Sheree Whitfield, was it? No, it wasn't Sheree Whitfield. I believe it was. Was it Kim Zolciak?
No.
Oh, Nene Leakes.
No, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's Nene Leakes, but you said Kim Zolciak.
Because in my mind, I had to think about it because I know if you guys are watchers of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the episode where Sheree Whitfield was dancing, I just remember, wait, that wasn't Dancing with the Stars. That was just something something she did. And that same episode is how Kim Zolciak met her now husband.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I should at least get a half a point. But
No.
that's not how it works. Continue.
No. I'm giving you
I
two.
should get half a point. You feel like I should get half a point on question 3? Comment down below.
You said the first name, which was wrong, and then you said the second name in this fight. All right, cool. You get 2.5.
Okay.
Candy Burris joined the cast of Real Housewives of Atlanta in what season?
Season 2.
That's correct. Yeah, let's go. Besides Kim Zolciak, Candy Burris worked on music with.
That was on the show. Who else did she work on music with?
Yeah. Besides Kim Zolciak, Candy Burris worked on music with.
Let me see. She known for helping Kim though.
Yeah, 3.5. Right.
Well, hold on. Oh, well, no, I don't know if it's gonna be him because he wasn't the main character. But on the show, he was Miss something, Miss J or Miss I forgot. I'll just say Miss J. If it's not Miss J, then it's gonna be.
That's your final answer.
Well, I would say I don't want to say Portia because Portia was just in her play, so she didn't really help Portia with no music.
Okay.
Hold on. This is my thought process. I gotta go through it.
You got 30 seconds.
Okay, which is my first answer I told you.
And that answer was?
I don't know. I think hold on.
15 seconds.
I mean, she did music with her daughter, Riley Burrs.
10 seconds.
Riley Burrs.
Riley Burrs, wrong, is Miss Lawrence.
That's what I said.
No, you didn't. You
said Miss J.
That's Miss
I kept thinking his name.
Lawrence.
So I should have kept it. Well, Miss J is from America That's Tomorrow, but it was Miss something. Then she only worked with him and, Kim on the same season. Go ahead. Yeah, I won't be second guessing myself any freaking more. I'm looking at your faces, Chris. You're trying to throw me off.
True or false? Nene Leakes' biological father name is Curtis. Well, they're getting tougher now.
I remember this season. He's not her biological father, so I just say false.
That's true. Great.
But she recognized him as a father. That's not a biological father.
Okay. Ooh, this is gonna get you. Kim Zolciak's husband, Croy, is in the NFL. He plays for the.
Well, he did play for the Atlanta Falcons.
Is that the answer you're going with?
Yeah, because I don't know the current team.
You got it.
Okay, you keep it over the points.
Yeah, 4.5.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, you guys can just, it gets like that during the show. I can't forget. Last question. This is the money one. And give me a minute. I'm going to get you on this.
Don't do that.
Nene Leakes was an intern at
11 Alive.
Damn.
Yep.
Nice one. Well, if you want to go all the way for all 7, you can go. All right.
No, we said 7.
It's five. It's five. It's five. You won.
Okay.
It's 5.5. But do you want to go for the full 7? You go for the full 7. You can get the ultimate prize of $100.
Keep going.
Alrighty. Which Real Housewife of Atlanta calls their son Mr. President?
Fraser Parks.
Damn. She's killing me. This is already at 6.5. All right, then. Well, you can just knock this one out the park. Whew. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. This one, I just think you can kill all of them because you're so good. You see, he's a real housewife of Atlanta fans.
Give me my props. Give me my props. Give me my props.
Which Real Housewives of Atlanta husband gave a radio interview trashing their wife while they were still married?
It was Nene's husband, Greg Leaks.
Yep. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Thank you.
Well, it was great to have you on, Chris, in
Thank
the
you.
city. I really enjoyed this.
I enjoyed it too.
Again, I would love to have you back for the reunion. If you guys want to be able to tune in for that, I appreciate it.
It'll be like a bonus episode.
Yeah, and if you're viewing this and you're listening, thank you for listening. I really do appreciate it. Hey, this is the Cold Factz Podcast Show. But before I go, I want to be able to ask you guys one question, and I just want to throw it out there because while the draft going, I'm gonna address it some more. Are you guys intrigued to see Justin Fields go to the 49ers? I'm just gonna throw that question out. I want you guys to know that towards for my next show because I will be hosting the draft Thursday live at my house with Eli. If it's not Eli, it's going to be either over the phone with my guy Marcus or Eli. One or the other. I'm going to be hosting the draft live. It's going to be on live mainstream while the draft's going. So if you're watching the draft, hey, comment, subscribe, like, do whatever. Call in. We're going to talk about it. It's whatever. But I'm very intrigued to see if Justin Fields goes to the 49ers or if not. But we're going to be covering the first round, and I want you guys to tune into that. Again, I want you guys to go follow Chris in the City's page. Follow her page. She will be posting content very soon. She's very good. As you see, she killed the Housewife trivia. That's how you know somebody watches the show, and that's how you know somebody really knows what they're talking about. And again, I will have credible people on my podcast, and credible people only. Again, one more other thing I want to be able to address. You guys should, if you're Investigation Discovery fans, just before I get off, if you're an Investigation Discovery fan, please go watch The Devil Speaks. And again, if you're an Investigation Discovery fan, if you're not, then don't go watch the shit. But go watch Devil Speaks. I'm going to go finish watching it tonight. I fell asleep on it last night. Really, damn. But on another note, again, we will be hosting the draft Thursday live at 7 p.m. 8 Eastern. So we're going to be hosting the draft live mainstream on my Cold Factz Podcast Show page. I got so much to talk about on that topic. And I can't wait till the draft here. It's Thursday. So I'm going to be with my guy Eli. If not, I'm going to have you guys tune in with my guy Marcus. I know he's excited to see what his New Orleans Saints do. I'm excited myself. I'm also excited to see what Seattle does. And I'm also excited to see what Green Bay does. Do they help Aaron Rodgers?